Have you ever wished you had the power to produce electricity in an instant like this? Some of you might have wished to have the ability to do this, but science will tell you that this might not be a good idea. Having electricity flowing in your body will get you toasted. That is not a threat, it is the truth. So better stay away from dreaming of electricity flowing into your body and start thinking of safety measures to avoid an injury or worse, an untimely passing. Good day, Sci folks! This is your teacher MJ, your partner in looking for answers to our many whys. Welcome to another Sci wonderful episode of DepEd TV. In our last episode, we learned about basic electricity and electrical circuits, and that is a great springboard to what we are going to be talking about next. Get ready to be informed about safe electricity applications. But before we do that, let's have you answer these questions to find out if you get something in your pockets about today's topic. Are you ready? Let's do it! It is a device that maintains a steady supply of voltage to your appliances at home. A. A fuse. B. A resistor. C. A circuit breaker. Or D. A voltage regulator. Very good! The correct answer is D. Voltage regulator. Which of the following statements is not true about safety devices used at home? A. Safety devices are used to prevent electric shock. B. Safety devices cut the flow of current in case of overloading. C. Safety devices are used to provide an alternative route for current in the case of a grounded circuit. Or D. Safety devices supply an unsteady amount of voltage to protect appliances from overloading. Awesome! The correct answer is D. Safety devices supply unsteady amount of voltage to protect appliances from overloading. The fuse at home has blown up many times. Which of the following must not be done to solve the problem and prevent it from happening again? A. Buy a fuse with a standard amperage rating. B. Do not use all your appliances simultaneously. C. Call your barangay electrician to fix your electrical problem. Or D. Use a jumper wire or cover the blown fuse with available silver paper. Great! D. Use a jumper wire or cover the blown fuse with available silver paper. Which electrical device shuts down when there is overloading in the circuit? A. The fuse. B. The voltage source. C. The circuit breaker. Or D. The electrical switch. Right! C. The circuit breaker. Which electrical device blows up when there is overloading in the circuit? A. The fuse. B. The switch. C. The resistor. Or D. The circuit breaker. The correct answer is A. The fuse. Did you get a perfect 5? If you didn't, don't worry. I am here to guide you to better understand our lesson. So stay focused and prepare everything you need for our learning session today. Without further ado, let's start. Today, we have an exclusive interview with Senior Fire Officer 2, J. Visimbol, Deputy City Fire Marshal of Bureau of Fire Protection, Lawag City, and we are going to ask him some relevant questions on fire safety. Sir, based on the available records, what is the main cause of fire cases?
According to the data gathered by the Bureau of Fire Protection, National Headquarters last December 2019, the top 3 causes of fire are still the same, with faulty electrical connections, such as overloading and short circuit, as the leading cause, followed by the lighted cigarette butts and open flames due to torch or sulok. So, if you sum all the causes that I have mentioned, negligence of the part of the owner of the building is still the main cause by destructive fires are happening in the country.
Okay, sir, thank you very much. So, despite of the efforts of government authorities to inform the public about safety measures on electricity and other related items, why do you think there are still cases that arise?
I think the reason behind is that people tend to become complacent when it comes to fire safety. People neglect to give importance to those fire safety tips, reminders, and the like, since fire does not happen occasionally. Even the very basic information such as the telephone number of the fire station is not given significance by the public despite of numerous fire safety drills and seminars to include social media mileage we have right now.
So, what safety measures should we follow to avoid injury or death?
In order for us to avoid the consequences brought about by destructive fires, we should follow all regulations by authorities, especially with regard to fire safety measures. When dealing with electricity, we must observe the following: always use dry hands in handling electrical equipment. Remember, water and electricity don't work well together. Pull the plug of an electrical appliances and not the cord. Do not use busted cords, especially those with exposed wirings. Always consult a licensed professional dealing with electrical connections.
Okay, so based on that, sir, what are the electrical devices that can protect us from a sudden surge of electrical energy?
There are a lot of electrical devices that can be used to protect our homes or buildings from sudden surge of electrical energy, such as SPD or surge protect in device which protects appliances from power surge or sudden spike in voltage. TVSS or transient voltage surge suppressor. Circuit breakers protect wires from starting the fire and cuts the flow of current when it detects overloading and short circuit.
Okay, sir. So for the last questions, for our last part, what advice can you share with the public regarding electrical faults that could start fire?
To avoid destructive fires caused by electricity, please observe all the do's and don'ts in dealing with electricity. Always follow protocols from authorities, especially those who are planning to construct their buildings. Make sure that you consult a duly licensed professional dealing with electricity used for electrical appliances and equipment safely. Always read their manuals before connecting to the electrical outlets. Proper housekeeping can also help to protect your home from fires.
What is an electrical hazard? An electrical hazard or electric shock is a condition due to direct or indirect electrical contact with an energized conductor or piece of equipment, and from which a person may sustain electrical injury from shock or damage to property, or both. When working with or nearby electrical installations, an electrical shock, arc flash, or arc blast can occur and current can go through the body due to the following situations. First, direct contact with live parts of the installation. Second, accidental contact with damaged wires that are seemingly not live. And third, direct contact with a grounded surface. Electric current damages the body in 3 ways. First, it can cause the improper functioning of the brain and heart, and it may lead to cardiac arrest or death. Second, the body will experience intense heat that can cause skin burning. And third, muscles will involuntarily contract, which will be hard to control. A current traveling from finger to elbow through the arm may produce only a painful shock. But that same current traveling from hand to foot or through the chest from hand to hand may be dangerous. So the practice of using only one hand, the other kept behind your back while working on high voltage circuits is a very good safety habit. Even better would be to disconnect all sources of power from the equipment you are about to repair. Do not rely on insulated tool handles and rubber-soled shoes to protect you. It is better to shut down the main switch of a voltage source before doing any electrical repairs. Relying on insulated handles, rubber-soled shoes is not completely safe. As I said earlier, one of the primary causes of fires is an electrical fault, specifically faulty wiring. This happens usually when a non-professional works on a house's wiring or even professionals who have overlooked some important reminders in doing their job. Of course, you have no knowledge about wires and electrical circuits and how they work in your homes. Or better to say, you are not as familiar as real electrical professionals. However, being vigilant in observing warning signs will help you identify if something is wrong. What are these warning signs? 1. Lights dim or flicker when another appliance is turned on. 2. Appliances do not have permanent outlets. 3. Many extension cords are utilized. And 4. Fuses blow out or circuit breakers trip frequently. As they say, prevention is always better than cure. So before anything worse happens, contact a professional electrician to check any faulty wirings and fix it before it's too late. Here are the following circuit conditions with faulty electrical wirings. First, a short circuit. A short circuit refers to a circuit condition in which a current takes the path of less resistance or zero resistance. A short circuit happens when there is overloading of current, making the conducting wire extremely hot that can cause the melting of insulators until two live wires come into contact. Another one is a grounded circuit. A grounded circuit refers to a circuit condition where current traveling from the positive conducting wire bypasses the negative conducting wire and flows through the metal casing of an appliance instead. In order to prevent accidents and injuries brought about by short and grounded circuits, safety devices must be installed in all electrical lines and safety measures must be observed at home. Electrical safety devices. A circuit breaker uses electromagnets and bimetallic strips to open a switch in case of overloading. It automatically shuts down if there is overloading due to a short circuit. It cannot be turned on unless the short circuit is fixed. A fuse is made up of metal ribbon that will heat up and melt if the current exceeds its current rating. Once the fuse is blown out, it must be replaced with a new one after the source of overloading is determined and repaired. It is unsafe to use a jumper wire since it may melt when there is a current overload. An automatic voltage regulator or AVR is a device designed to protect our home appliances by regulating voltage automatically. It takes a fluctuating voltage level and returns it to a constant voltage level. An uninterruptible power supply or UPS is an electrical safety device which provides emergency power to the load when there is an unexpected power disruption. It also functions like an AVR. Electrical safety measures. Earthing or grounding is a system of connecting the metal casing of the appliance to the earth. Earthing protects the user from a grounded circuit. Earth is the best path for any excess current. Grounding prevents damage to appliances, injury, and the death of an electrical user. Double insulation is a safety measure done by appliance manufacturers to prevent the occurrence of electric shock and grounded external casing of appliances. With double insulation, live wires within the appliances cannot touch the casing even if wires become loose, thus eliminating the need for earthing. That ends today's discussion, Sci folks. I know that that's a lot of information to take in, but all of it will surely help you. To make sure about your comprehension, let's do the Sci quiz. Operating any appliance with a wet hand is unsafe. True. If you happen to touch with your bare hands an uninsulated wire, it is safe if it has a low current. False. Unsafe. A blown-out fuse can be replaced with a jumper wire. False. Cannot. A circuit breaker automatically shuts down if there is overloading in the circuit. True. When the circuit breaker automatically shuts down, it is proper to reset it even without inspecting the conducting wire for any short circuit. False. Improper. Your washing machine and refrigerator should have proper earthing for safe operation. True. The refrigerator has double insulation that functions as a second layer to protect the user from electric shock. True. It is a good practice to connect the computer set to a voltage regulator to protect it from overloading. True. It is safe if a household line consumes 30 amperes of current even if its circuit breaker only has a capacity of 20 amperes. False. Unsafe. It is unsafe to consume 35 amperes of current if the fuse only has a capacity of 30 amperes. True. Did you get all the items right? That's awesome! You really are Sci-Amazing learners. Congratulations for a job well done in today's learning session, and of course, congratulations for finishing the first quarter of this school year. I hope that you are learning a lot from me, and I look forward to more Sci-Wonderful and Sci-Meaningful learning sessions next quarter. All the way from the province of Ilocos Norte, this is again your teacher MJ. See you next time, and we will together explore, discover, and enjoy life. This is DepEd TV. Keep safe, everyone!